Hey guys, Camilord over here. You guys are always asking me, hey, so what is actually built on Bubble? So today I'm going to show you six great examples of websites that are built only on Bubble and that are making money today. But first, subscribe and like this video so I can continue making more of these. Thank you. The first website that we're going to be looking at is one that comes from the master, the one and only Renato Ace. This guy has a wonderful YouTube. He's one of the people I've learned most from in the whole entire community. He's on Twitter, he's everywhere, and he's a really nice guy. So feel free to contact him. And what he does in this website, it's called Sem Codar. It's no code in Portuguese. And what he has is a really cool landing page, a really cool place where he focuses on four main things. So he, first of all, has a part where you can find no-code developers, mostly focused on Brazil, and also agencies, which is another sort of new business model that is coming around to the no-code industry. He also has a free masterclass. This is, I think, a 1 hour long video that you can watch. It's really cool. I've seen it, I've used it, so greatly recommend. You also have a showcase of a lot of great products that are built only on Bubble and that are making money. So that is another really cool thing. And lastly, he has a part that is focused on community. So shout out to Renato and go watch his videos for sure. The second site that is built on Bubble that I wanted to show you is called Ad Yogi. This is a performance marketing platform that will help you create, set up, optimize, and automate all your campaigns. And this will work for all the main platforms such as Meta, Google, so on and so forth. And I think one of the things I really like about them is that they have a really simple and sort of easy to understand pricing. Here you can take a look at it. I find that a lot of companies try to hide their pricing. I find that very disingenuous, and it makes it confusing, right? So shout out to them for being confident in what they do and knowing why they should get paid. I also really like I think for these kind of websites, it's also very important that they have this sort of partner aspect to them, and they show you exactly who is using their product, their service. Um, this just gives a lot of credibility to the fact that they have customers that are not only have used their products, but are willing to put their name there, right? Because you need to get consent usually from the client in order to put them in your partner site. The third website that we're going to be looking at that was built only on Bubble is called Paralect. I actually think this is a pretty neat idea. And what they do is they get your startup to the next level, to the next fundraising round, right? So, for example, you are a startup and you have, plans of raising money, but you don't know how to for whatever reason. And they offer different plans for different stages. So you can be in the idea stage and the pre-seed, and you can contact them, and for a fee, they'll get you up to date. They'll probably get you contacts, whatever. Um, the only thing I will say is that, in my opinion, or at least in Colombia, based on the market that we have here, 8K for an idea is a lot, unless they're getting you to rounds of over like 100, 150K. It doesn't seem like very feasible for most startups. So that would be my only thing. I do think their UI is super sexy. I really like their colors. This sort of scrolling features that they have are really cool. Um, Without being like, too fancy about it or like getting too cute about it. I think shout out to them for the design. I think it's really, really nice. Now, let's take a look at Jetly, which is essentially Expedia for private travel. You can find private jets, you can find helicopters, you can find big old planes, and this is pretty cool. I think I've heard of other companies that do similar things to this, but it's a growing market. People want to travel private more and more, and they're willing to pay these crazy prices I think they charge. So good for them. I think they found a nice niche. Um, I also think this is, I think, the only example I'm showing of a marketplace. And the other thing I think is pretty unique about them, based on the fact that you get quotes, is that it's, a layer of technology, a marketplace or whatever, but it probably has some manual backend that people have to do, contact jet owners and airports and things like that. So sounds pretty cool. Um, I think that they do a good job here. This is, it's a small thing, but I think it's important for something like this that's obviously sort of high end and people want to get the glamour and the reference. This is very important. The only thing that I will add about this as a little dig is the design looks a little sort of 2010-ish, with all due respect. Maybe like round up some of the groups or things like that. But other than that, I think they have a good niche. From what I was able to gather, they're making about 5 million a year in revenue, which is it's pretty good. So good for them. Then we're going to be looking at Allobis. This is a French company, I believe, and they're a project management software tool essentially. And what I will say, I didn't try the product, but from what you can see here in the screenshots, it looks pretty cool. So kudos to them. I also love the UI, the UX of their website. I think this also has a really cool scrolling feature, again, without being like too cute about it. So good for them. The only thing that I'm worried about these kind of companies is, there are the Mondays.com of the world. So it's a very contested space. So that would be my only concern. But and would have wanted to see sort of partners or that kind of reference. Um, the thing with these kind of companies and their products is when a company like Apple decides to use them, they would have invested like tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars before they roll anything out. So having one of them is really, really good validation. So if you guys ever see this and you guys do have one of those partners, for sure, point it out in the website. And last but definitely not least, I want to show you rentme's.com. As you may or may not know, this is my company, and what we do is we rent rooms for prolonged stays, meaning more than 3 months. Um, Here you can see basically the landing, and the cool thing about it is you can find the best rooms in all of Colombia, and you can visit it virtually or physically, and basically you can rent the best rooms in Colombia from the comfort of your home. You can pay, you can get verified, all the good stuff, and find the ideal roommate, right? So this is a cool thing. I hope you use it if you're ever going to be in Colombia or whenever we uh, go to other countries. So these are 6 really cool websites that you guys can use, and also you guys can check out, because I know that many of you are asking, like, hey, like this is cool in theory, but where are the examples, right? So here you have some of the examples. There's thousands of websites that are being built every day in no code tools. Bubble, again, is one of the best, but not the only one. So hope you enjoyed this video. Again, don't forget to subscribe, to like this video, leave a comment, tell me any kind of questions that you may have, and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. Thanks, Lords. See you soon.